How long would you wait to own your dream Rolex? 5 years? 10? What if it took 58? That's right, there's a man who waited almost 6 decades to finally buy his very first Rolex. And when he did, it wasn't just about the watch, it was about the journey, the sacrifices, and the moment he finally put himself first. Today on Luxury Insights, we're diving into the emotional side of Rolex ownership, the side few people talk about. We're not discussing flipping, resale premiums, or boutique politics. We're talking about patience, about pride, about the stories behind the wrist. That 58-year story begins with a man who, by his own words, spent his entire life putting others first. Family came before hobbies. Bills came before indulgences. He watched the brand grow from a status symbol of the elite into a global icon, but he never crossed the threshold himself until now. He walked into the boutique and finally bought the Rolex Submariner he had waited a lifetime to wear. The pride was unmistakable, and honestly, that's the kind of story that gives the Rolex crown its meaning. But here's what's interesting. It's not just one man. Dozens of Rolex owners are now sharing their wait stories online. Real collectors, real buyers, people who waited years for their watches. One waited 3.5 years from first walking into a boutique to finally getting the call. No big purchase history, no special favors, just patience, follow-up visits, and an understanding that Rolex doesn't reward impulse buyers, it rewards consistency. Another man shared how he was quoted a 6 to 12-month wait for a Submariner. He kept checking in, asking questions, showing continued interest. After 18 months, he finally got the call. He wasn't the biggest spender in the store, but the boutique knew he was serious, and that made the difference. Then there are the stories of those who waited years for a watch that was meant to commemorate a major life event. One person had planned to gift himself a GMT Master 2 for his wedding. The watch didn't arrive until after his first anniversary. For him, the watch became a symbol not just of marriage, but of delayed gratification, of earning something slowly. These stories show us that Rolex ownership has evolved into something more than just luxury. It's not always about status. It's often about milestones, about marking a personal achievement, a career success, a life transition. And in 2025, where instant gratification is everywhere, these long wait times make a Rolex feel earned. Of course, not everyone is willing to wait. Some walk away after a few months. Others head to the grey market, paying thousands above retail just to avoid the emotional roller coaster. But for those who do wait, for a year, 2 years, or in some cases most of their adult lives, the reward isn't just the watch, it's the story that comes with it. Because a Rolex bought after decades of waiting isn't just an accessory, it's a symbol of everything it took to get there. In the next half of this video, we'll break down the lessons behind these waitlist stories, what they tell us about the current state of Rolex distribution, what actually influences authorized dealer decisions, and how you can position yourself to buy smarter in 2025 without waiting 58 years to do it. So what can we actually learn from stories like these? Whether you're just beginning your Rolex journey or you've been waiting patiently for years, the message is clear. Getting the call isn't just about luck. It's about understanding how Rolex operates, especially in today's demand-driven market. Let's begin with the reality of authorized dealers in 2025. It's no secret that boutiques are carefully curating who gets what and when. This means the customer experience is no longer purely transactional. Rolex ADs look for signals. Are you genuinely interested in the brand? Are you here for the long haul? Do you value the heritage, the craftsmanship, and the story behind the watch? Or are you just chasing the hype? Those who get rewarded tend to be consistent, respectful, and engaged. They're the buyers who stop by to browse, not just buy, who follow up periodically, not push aggressively, who are willing to start with more attainable pieces, like an Oyster Perpetual, a Datejust, or an Explorer, and build a visible history. That matters more than most people think. In fact, many Redditors and collectors have said they were surprised to be offered a Submariner or a GMT after buying a single Datejust and showing genuine interest over time. But we also have to acknowledge the other side. Not everyone can or wants to play that long game. And this is where some buyers hit a wall. They're told there's a waitlist, that they'll be contacted, only to be left in limbo for months, sometimes years. And in many cases, no amount of follow-up seems to help. This inconsistency is what drives many new buyers to the secondary market, where the watch is available instantly, but with a hefty markup. The grey market in 2025 is still going strong, but it's changed. Prices on certain models have softened slightly, especially for watches that were previously overheated, like some variations of the Oyster Perpetual or Datejust 41. But others, like the Daytona or GMT Master 2 Pepsi, remain highly priced and tightly held. If you're considering this route, it's critical to do your research. Work only with reputable dealers, ask for original box and papers, and make sure you're buying from someone with a proven track record in the watch community. Still, there's something undeniably different about buying through an AD. The in-store experience, the unboxing moment, the personal congratulations from a sales associate who knows your story. It can't be replicated online. When you finally get that call after months or years of checking in, it's not just a transaction, it's a moment of validation, a culmination of patience, strategy, and personal connection. And that's why stories like the man who waited 58 years resonate so deeply. Because they speak to something bigger than watches. They speak to earned luxury, to the idea that some things are more valuable because they weren't easy to get, because they required sacrifice, endurance, and time. Imagine waiting decades for something, not because you couldn't buy it, but because you wanted it to mean something when you did. That's what his Rolex represented. And now, every time he glances at his wrist, it's a reminder of how far he's come. It's not just a timepiece, it's a reward, a marker, a personal legacy. For new buyers watching this, here's the takeaway. Rolex isn't just about what you wear. It's about the journey it took to wear it. Whether you wait 6 months, 6 years, or longer, the value of the watch is tied to your own timeline, not just its market price. So be patient, build the relationship, educate yourself on the references that resonate with you, not just the ones trending online. Think long term. And most importantly, enjoy the process. Because in the end, the story behind your Rolex is what gives it true value. If this video inspired you, drop your story in the comments. Whether you're still waiting or just picked up your first piece, we want to hear it. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Luxury Insights for more content that goes beyond hype into the heart of luxury watch collecting. Until next time, stay stylish and stay informed.